It is of no doubt that Africa is home to vast and abundant reserves of natural resources, ranging from black gold, commonly known as oil, to gold itself, among other minerals, which from long ago have made the continent a target for both good and evil trade of these resources. These minerals that are essential to generating wealth, producing commodities, and advancing technology have created all possible means of obtaining them majorly through smuggling, creating losses for a number of African countries which would have benefited heavily from them. It should be noted that tens of billions of dollars in gold flows illegally out of Africa each year, according to a new report. With most of this gold ending up in the United Arab Emirates, where it is refined and sold around the world, a number of questions come in. Who are really behind this? And how the smuggling is done? Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe, like, and also leave a like for this video. Also, any support through features, most especially super thanks down the video, is welcome. Back to the topic. When we look at Africa on the world map, we find out that it is neighbors with the Middle East and Europe. These regions act as immediate destinations for the smuggled gold, with the main destination being the United Arab Emirates, where UAE by far the main destination for smuggled gold. The report said over 405 metric tons of undeclared gold from Africa ends up in this Middle East giant. Adding to United Arab Emirates, also Turkey and Switzerland are other main destinations for the smuggled gold. According to the report, published by SwissAid, an aid and development group based in Switzerland, over $30 billion worth of gold, or more than 435 metric tons, was smuggled out of the continent in 2022. Let's first look at gold that enters illegally into the United Arab Emirates. It should be noted that, during a 10-year period between 2012 to 2022, the amount summed up to 2,569 metric tons of gold, worth around $115 billion. Switzerland imported around 21 metric tons of undeclared gold from Africa recently, according to a report. The United Nations Commodity Trade Statistics database, which contains detailed imports and export statistics, shows that Switzerland is the main buyer of gold from the UAE. Much of the gold smuggled is not recorded in the exports of African states. Large amounts of gold are leaving Africa with no taxes being paid to the states that produce them. Highlights show that the black market trade in gold mined by people, including children, who have no ties to big business, dig or pan for African gold with little official supervision. Informal methods of gold production, known in the industry as artisanal or small-scale mining, have grown globally, which provides a livelihood to millions of Africans and help make more money than they could dream of from traditional trades. As mining is not all carried out illegally, some miners sell the gold to middlemen. The middlemen either fly the gold out directly or trade it across Africa's porous borders, obscuring its origins before couriers carry it out of the continent, often in hand luggage. A number of African countries such as Ghana, Tanzania, and Zambia complain that gold is illegally produced and smuggled out of their countries on a vast scale, sometimes by criminal operations, and often at a high human and environmental cost. Being on high demand, gold has made it attractive for informal miners to use digging equipment and toxic chemicals to boost the yield, which in turn contaminate water bodies, slowly poisoning the people who need the water to live. As mercury is used to extract flecks of gold from ore before sluicing it away, mercury's toxic effect leaves damage to kidneys, heart, liver, spleen, and lungs, and neurological disorders such as tremors and muscle weakness. Cyanide and nitric acid are also being used in the process, a danger for the miners. Governments across Africa are trying to work out how to manage a sector that, whatever its risks, provides a livelihood for many of their citizens, and which could be harnessed as a source of revenues. In Burkina Faso, we observe Captain Ibrahim Troure doing all he can to reshape gold mining and exportation through acquiring of tougher military equipment and carrying out more special operations in gold-rich regions which had been controlled by terrorists. The captain is also reshaping the gold mining sector in order to benefit more from what has been a disorganized sector in the country, yet it has a greater potential in making Burkina Faso a more developed country in Africa. Driven by gold mining, Burkina Faso's mining sector accounts for 16% of GDP and 80% of exports, according to the EITI data. Recently, Captain Ibrahim Troure laid the foundation stone for a national gold refinery on November 23, 2023, that will have a refining capacity of 150 tons. The refinery will be the first in the country, housing a jewelry store and the future headquarters of the Société Nationale de Substances Précieuses, which oversees the project on behalf of the state. All these show how President Ibrahim Traoré observed a problem concerning illegal means of gold mining and trade in Burkina Faso, hence a need for a revamp. The United Arab Emirates is showing concerns about the case of gold smuggling, hence efforts to combat gold smuggling and ensure the highest standards of transparency and accountability within the gold and precious metal sector. Switzerland is also showing commitment towards improving the traceability of commodity flows, the transparency of statistics, and the quality of controls. It should be noted that Africa's two most profitable mineral resources are gold and diamonds. Recently, in 2021, Africa produced 680.3 metric tons of gold, showing the seriousness of the gold trade in Africa. Nearly half the world's gold and one-third of all minerals are in Africa, where the continent also holds 40% of the world's gold. Ghana is the continent's largest producer of gold, followed by South Africa and Mali. Thanks for being with us till now. Your likes are crucial, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell us what you think about this topic about gold smuggling from Africa. What should be done to solve this issue of mineral smuggling from Africa? The channel needs financial support to grow steadily. Thanking the channel through thanks below the video are welcome.